Well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you out there watching from wherever you are, I just want to welcome you to what I think is probably the most important video on my channel. I'm here with the spiritual father that God has assigned in my life, my biological dad, my best friend, Pastor Alph Lukau. Wherever you are, can I have a round of applause? You know, I remember thinking to myself, you know, Papa, you have millions of people, you know, on your channel, only on your YouTube channel, over, I believe, 400 million combined views on the channel alone, not counting Meta, you know, Twitter, and so on and so forth. How do you see your younger self, your 16-year-old self? Do you believe that your 16-year-old self would be able to see, envision where you are now if you had to go back in time?
It is first a great privilege to be here today with you, AJ. I must say that seeing you in your channel with the progress that you are clearly making has been mind-blowing. You know, seeing so many people aligning with you, I count it all joy. And I also want to say to all of you who are part of this channel, may God bless you, may God keep you, and may you keep on growing in understanding and in wisdom. Now to your question, my 16 years old me, meaning me back in the days, it is interesting that you say, or your question is relating to specifically when I was 16, because it is when I was 16 that God began to speak to me clearly about serving Him full time. Of course, I did not understand it. I did not know how to begin, how to say yes to such a thing. From where I am, I understand God is with me. Back then, I could not see. If you ask me if I saw YouTube, I did not know that YouTube exists. If I saw myself having the little impact that I have in certain people's life, no, I did not see that. It kept on unfolding as we take steps. And I must say that I did not, you know, wake up to choose this. It's not a fame thing. It's not the bigger picture of how people will applaud or look at you. I used to take, and I still do, every day I give it my best. Make sure that I fulfill the assignment of the day, and that the rest in the bigger picture, you know, seems to be like, whoa, what is this?
Truly, truly. You know, Papa, one thing I know about you is that you have a very big heart for the youth. And I remember growing up, not only would you pay for my school fees and my siblings' school fees, but there were multiple kids within the church that you'd be paying their school fees for them. And one question I've always had is, what are 3 pieces of advice you would give your 16-year-old self that your younger self could always just come back in life and look at any age, at any point?
PP. Pay, play. How you put the 2 P's depends on you. If you choose in your youth to play, you pay later. If you choose to pay, you will play later. There is a time you have to understand God gives you an opportunity in that time to labor. He gives you an opportunity to sow, to develop yourself, to learn. And it requires a lot of discipline, commitment, complete dedication. Sometimes the temptation is, while growing, you want to give yourself to all kind of pleasure. It has always been a mistake. If you focus, you remain on the track of what is set before you, you will become everything that you ever dreamed to become. That for me is a great secret and a great advice to every young people out there.
And what would you say the second piece of advice you would give to your younger self would be?
Life is very harsh, AJ. Life is like a jungle, no pity. You gotta believe in yourself.
True.
Nothing good will come to you in a silver platter. You will have to know that you must pull yourself together. It's okay that not everybody believes in you, but you should believe in yourself. That will be, I work hard, my first advice. Secondly, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Do not live by the opinions of everyone out there. Just know who you are and develop that. That will be my second advice. And to every young person, my third advice is seek the Lord. Live your life with a greater purpose. Do not live to die. You wake up to go back to bed with nothing significant. I gave my life to Jesus Christ. I was very young. I look back today, I say, thank you. I made the greatest decision of my life. So to every young person out there, that would be my advice.
That's amazing. You know, I remember being about 14, 15 years old, and I was sleeping, and I had a dream, a very important dream to me, where I woke up like in a cloudy area, but below me I was on steady ground, and I was walking with, I believe, an angel, someone who was very happy, very joyful to see me, and we're walking down this path, and as you look down below, you just see clouds. It was very high in the sky, and I look to my right and I see Jesus, but he was huge, like really big, you know, like way bigger than the statue in Rio de Janeiro, and it was terrifying. It was very scary. But one thing that the Lord did is he touched the air, and as he touched the air, the letter DEU 1011 came in gold, and it was almost like the gold was dripping. So obviously I woke up at that moment, and I ran to the Bible, and it was in Deuteronomy 10 verse 11, and the Lord said to me, arise meaning get out of a state of stagnation, a state of sleep, a state of rest, be uncomfortable a bit. Go on your journey, meaning there will be ups and downs. There will be a lot of steps you'll have to take at the head of the people so that they may go and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Now, I had this dream when I was I was young, and it impacted me till this day. So,
you know, that speaks of, this is a remarkable dream, and we call it a vision. You saw a vision. In fact, you have seen Jesus Christ in a vision, and what he has given you defines your calling. He's asking you to move beyond the current. Arise. You are bigger than what defines you in the current. You know, your student, your age, your look, and so forth. You say, arise, go onto your journey. The journey is long, it's something defined. It moves you from one point to the next point. If you have to go on a journey, you must move all the time. You must change position all the time. You must change state all the time. Your level of growth must change all the time. The you of today cannot be compared to the you of yesterday, and nor can it be compared to the you of tomorrow. It is a journey. A journey is a path. A path is a destiny. You know, is that what we call a calling? God is saying that there are things that he has drawn for you, and he even say that the things that he sown to your forefathers. It means that it did not just start with you. This is amazing. You are called by God. And I must say it, if I have to just take advantage of this moment in the break, to say, I've been seeing how amazing you are. You know, I was in university in the United Kingdom, you know, just seeing everything about that. As a father, I can only say I'm very proud of you, and seeing how intelligent you are, how insightful you are, how disciplined you are, how dedicated you are. The vision makes sense.
Thank you so much, Papa. It means so much coming from you. Genuinely, I'm blessed. If you had to like tell us really quickly, I know it's a long story of the calling that you had when the Lord appeared to you and gave you the assignment he has set upon your life.
I got born again. I was very young, is a long, beautiful journey. Since then, I struggled with what we know as a calling. I could see my path being drawn before me. It was persistent in my spirit that God had called me to serve Him. The desire, the push of the Holy Ghost toward my full dedication in what was a service, my assignment, was overwhelming to me. First, I came from a family that did not really facilitate that. My father, I was always thinking that my father would disown me, and it was very difficult to accept my calling. But I walked with God since I gave my life to Him, very young. That is, after saying yes to Jesus Christ to serve Him, I was lost. I just didn't know which way to go, how to go about it. God led me to a very good church, La Bonne, with an outstanding man of God. The leader above you plays a big role in who you are and who you are to become. Sure. With a bad leader, you can miss your destiny. But if a leader is inspiring and his influence in your life is positive, you are likely going to make it. Okay. So with that, I was prone in God to understand things differently. My commitment with God was full. I gave it my best. Now, Jesus Christ appeared to me. I was already called. He appeared to me. I was already serving Him in a certain way. That was a long, beautiful turnaround point in my life. I was seeking God and praying. Those days I used to minister in universities. It was really my main ministry. I would go from university to university in Johannesburg. I would go to Wits University almost every other week, and minister and so forth, and many groups of people. When God appeared to me, I had spent a full year, praying and fasting. A full year, I did not go out of the house. It was not a planned thing. I just felt like in that point of my life, I wanted more. Something in me was telling me that there was still more for me out there, and I could not see it. So I decided to lock myself and pray. But my approach of prayer was really to blackmail God. Yeah. I was in prayer. I said, Lord, I will not eat a thing today unless you bless me. And I really was thinking that God would play along and come quickly and say, oh, no, eat, please, please eat. I'm here, I'll bless you. And he did not. The day passed, and I was really thinking, I gotta eat something. I'm feeling weak, It's 6 p.m. and God is saying nothing. 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I was like, really? Do you want me to sleep like this? Yeah, he said nothing. The following day, he said nothing. And I was thinking, should I stop this? Because it is 6 p.m. the following day. I have not eaten a thing. I didn't drink. And I'm still pushing God. Unless you bless me, I will not move here. And all that was inspired by the word I read that, Jacob, wrestled with the angel. And he said to the angel, unless you bless me, I will not let you go. But it didn't work that way for me, The third day I was very weak, extremely weak. I had to take a very good decision to do something about it. But I still carried on. The fourth day, I did not eat a thing, I didn't drink a thing. I knew I would die. Because you see, after 2 days of not eating, you feel extremely sick, extremely sick. I've done that in my crazy moment. I fasted, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want someone to take the lead from that. I did crazy stuff. I could have died and go to heaven. But after the second day, you feel extremely sick. You feel unwell. You have to go to a hospital. You have migraines and so forth. The third day is horrible. But on the fourth day, you feel extremely weak, but you, at least my experience, you don't have the migraine as before. But you feel pale. You feel extremely weak. I knew that, okay, the 5th day here, I will not survive. I remember going and drinking something and eating something. So it began a long journey of still praying to God who was answering me with a word or something, and fasting. I canceled all my appointment. I had switched off my phone. I used to have a Nokia, you know, with an antenna, you know, those days. My phone was off. My idea was not to keep my phone off because people worry, you know. But I had said to God, unless you bless me, I'll not switch it on. So I could not switch it on. I was like, my phone is dead and the battery is... So it carried on. 4 days I will fast. 3 days I'll fast dry. And 4 days I will break my fast every evening. So the first week passed, the second week passed, the third week passed, the 5th week passed, the 6th week passed, the 10th week passed. I lost weight in a way you cannot understand. And still God did not say a thing. 100 days. I remember 100 days is significant in the political world and in the companies and many different fields. I thought that God would come and tell me something. Not even in a dream. 200, 300 days, meaning a full year. I spent a full year there praying, seeking God. How was I eating? It's a miracle. There was a young man who used to be, I think, a waiter in one of the St. Anne restaurants. I don't even remember his name. I never knew him before. You see, the Holy Spirit told him that there is somebody in that house that was praying and he should be bringing me food. He's from Ivory Coast, that boy. So he came and every day he will bring food after work.
Wow.
You know. I wish I could find him. I'll buy him a big house just to say thank you. You know. Anyway, so I went, pray, seek God, and you know, being in the presence of God. After 365 days, of course I didn't know that it was 365 days. I just thought that this is my life now. So I remember I was there, very weak, on the side of the bed, saying, bless me or kill me. That became my only prayer. Bless me or kill me. The first time God spoke to me. And he said one word. He said, how? I said, come on. God is supposed to know that. He wanted to teach me something. Because I believe the how belongs to God. I said, your God is supposed to know how. Then the Spirit of God began to lead me to understand that when you pray, you must say amen. And do things on your side that brings the answer to the prayer, to what you are doing. I understood it was time to stand up. I stood that day. I went out. People told me, you're alive. We thought you died. Some people say that you had a car accident and you died. Many rumors, many stories out there. The following day, in my house, at 3 p.m., Jesus appeared to me. After the fast, he appeared to me and he spoke to me. That was an open vision, meaning I'm seeing the Lord as I'm seeing you. He spoke to me without opening his mouth, but I heard everything. It was as if he was downloading words onto me. You know, it was amazing. And to this day, everything I go through, everything I experience, and even more to come, he is, in majority, he has spoken to me about. So that's my little story with my Lord.
Wow, that is powerful. You know, I always tell like my Be Cool family online on my YouTube channel that the difference between you and your best self, the difference between you and the person you've always wanted to be is pain and suffering and struggle. You're going to have to go through the mountain climbing. You're going to have to go through the mud if you want to get to where you want to be. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's starting a business, whether it's you know, getting a degree, whatever it is, you have to go through that pain period. You know, it's the rite of passage to enter.
Wow, the rite of passage.
I know that AMI has been through a lot, You know, AMI is really a war machine, you know. And I know that there have been a lot of struggles. There have been ups and downs. What were some of the biggest struggles in building AMI from a young church to what it is now?
Talking about the struggles and the rite of passage that you spoke about is just amazing. You know, we hear this mostly in sport, and those who develop and build muscles, they say no pain, no gain. It is so true, so true. You know, the amount of pain you are able to handle will be an indication of the height you are potentially able to get to. You know, whoever runs away from any form of pain gets nowhere. You know, the best way to run away from pain is be nobody, hide for your dear life, don't be significant, and so forth. If you dare to show yourself up, there will always be people that will shoot at you, that will speak, sometimes not truthfully, and so forth. So no pain, no gain is a reality. A life of convenience is a life of no progress. Whoever wants to progress must be able to confront certain things. A great man once said that if you do not know how to handle pressure because of its pain, you do not have the stamina to face the challenges out there, you cannot really be an entrepreneur. You should, with your good gift and talent, you should hide and get a job and be shielded on that, give and offer your services to a certain degree. You will manage the pain away from you. You know, the pressure goes for those who want to arise, want to stand up and push. Hallelujah Ministry started not because the world voted it to be, it's because God called it to be. We started with many difficulties, but we started with a vision and determination. I always believe that whoever want to do something must be fearless. You know, you must be of good courage. Sometimes you may have your own difficulties to assess and harmonize your inside with the outside world, but courage is that thing that says, I may not have all my ducks in the road, but I just know if I stand, I may see another one join, and another one join. Wow. You know, I'm fearless. I'm never intimidated. And that part of my character, I don't turn back. When I set to have it, I go and I'll have it. I don't lose battles. I always win. And of course, one of the secrets of always winning is choosing your battles. You know, you must say, okay, well, this one not for today, okay, maybe later. But you gotta have certain values that keeps you in leadership and moving. Hallelujah Ministries is always under many difficult attacks and many this and that. Is because we push the agenda of our Lord Jesus Christ with aggressivity. To conquer the world for Jesus Christ speaks of a battle. You know, we push, and the system, if you have a system that is not for God, anything for God will be on the other side of the system. We are feeling the pressure of the system because we are standing as evidence that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Miracle still happens. No matter who says that, or miracles doesn't happen. I said that before. We prove day by day that the power of God is real. And we preach the good news of our Lord Jesus Christ in a different style, in a better style, I have to say.
Wow. There's no place like AMI. Honestly.
No place like AMI.
You know, and something else that I know from my perspective growing up is that being a man of God is extremely difficult. And there are a lot of moments where you see a lot of men of God fall because of the pressure. We all know the story of Prophet Elijah when he defeated Jezebel and her army of priests, and she wanted his head for it, and he was tired, he was alone, even to the point of praying for death. Has there been Prophet Elijah moments in your life as a man of God?
Elijah got so depressed just by hearing that Jezebel wanted him dead. Though he managed to stand against the prophet of Baal and Asherah in front of Israel in the presence of the king, he destroyed witchcraft, but over the queen's voice, may God do to me and more also, if tomorrow by this time I do not make your life like the lives of those one, the Baal and the Asherah. Of course, depression is part of the journey. Get in a place where you do not know anymore. I remember once I went to prayer. Those days I did not even have battles like now. But I was so overwhelmed by the little battles. Today I see it as little battles that I faced yesterday. I had a Schofield Bible. I went on my knees, very formal, you know. I knelt and I said, God, the journey was good. I did what I could do to this day. But now, accept my resignation. I'm sure that God was looking at me in heaven. I say, I leave my Bible, my Schofield Bible. And I say, I can't do this anymore. Look, I am not in ministry because I need bread. No, I'm not in ministry because there has been a gun on my head, you know, to do this. I'm not in ministry because I think it's a way to fame. I'm in ministry because I love God and He called me. I'm in covenant with Him. So I've given God everything about me, you know. My lowest point or my most difficult point is not really when I have to fast long, pray long, or being criticized, is when my battles get to my family. Mm. When you travel, going to church, and you have a newspaper that is speaking lies about you, and it is in the front cover, and you have sons that are now intelligent enough to read, and you just wonder, I can handle it. Can they? It's really what makes me, in this case, not sad, but I go back to God and say, Lord, please, you called me, you know. So my lowest point has to do with my family. My family is my treasure. I'm a family man, family oriented, you know. That's why Hallelujah Ministry is not just an organization. We're a family. Family is all I think of. So that's really, you know, my area of sensitivity. Not complete weakness, but sensitivity. And the devil knows that when he goes there, I punish him. I punish the devil. He knows that. Even as I speak now, he knows that. I give him a hard time. I'm his worst nightmare on earth.
You know, someone told me when Pastor Lukau wakes up in the morning, the devil is like, oh, come on, he's awake again. So one thing that I noticed living in the UK is that you can go to these huge cathedrals, these Catholic cathedrals, these temples, and you look at all the paintings and the designs, the windows, the ornate ornaments. You look at all these different aspects that have been there for years, like hundreds of years. They have stood the test of time. What does one need, character-wise, trait-wise, in order to build a ministry, brick by brick, and also have it last the test of time, have it go and touch years, decades, you know, into the future?
First, you need to be intentional. Success is intentional. Those who have built long-standing things were building intentionally for that cause. Are you able to plant a tree whose fruit you know you'll never eat?
Wow.
You know, if you plant a tree, understanding that this tree will outlive me. And it will take longer than my existence before it produces its fruit and still plant it. Your intention toward the future is with great success. You know, you're building for the generation to come. So the first thing is that we need to be intentional about that. We need to look beyond the now. We need to consider the generation to come. It in every layer of the message, of the training, and so forth. You know, true success must have a successor. So without a successor, success cannot be called success. You know, it's something of now, and it will die. To build a ministry, you must first be intentional about it. Then the other side is that a ministry, though spiritual, needs a platform. The platform is a structure. The structure must be coordinated and well established. Hallelujah Ministries runs better than most of the commercial businesses worldwide. I'm in business. I have many companies, so I understand how it works. We are properly structured, you know. Everything is in place, you know, and everything is designed to carry on existing, carry on operating, even in my absence. Okay? It is only in this way that being intentional and setting the proper structure that you know that something can last. Okay? And also developing people now in the way they can develop others tomorrow. Jesus Christ said that whatever I taught you, teach others. You know, that is to ensure continuity. Okay? You pass this, teach your child the ways of the Lord when he's still young. What is the purpose? Is that as he grows up, he may not depart from it. You know, that is to ensure that there is continuity. You know, if the Church of God, those building the Church of God, will be intentional about the future, the longevity of the ministry, and if they will do so, establishing the proper structure that sustains the wish or the vision, developing people to also carry that, I think churches will live longer than a person lives.
You know, it's very interesting when I think about the fact that AMI is very well run, it's huge, and all of this started from your relationship, the seed that Pastor Jacques-André Venot planted within you as your spiritual father. Could you share one of the most profound moments that you have shared or you have like memories of with Pastor Jacques-André Venot?
Like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel.